Before I start this video, guys, go over and hit the subscribe button. It helps the algorithm, it helps promote the channel, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. Welcome back to the Gweilo 60 channel. Anybody that's ever been to China, whether you came to visit as a tourist or you've lived here long term, worked here, whatever, it doesn't make any difference. You'll notice one big thing, and everybody notices this, where the old meets the new. China's growing so fast, the high-rises are going up so quickly that we see a lot of the Chinese way of life disappearing. Like this house behind me, for instance. This is basically the style of house that my wife grew up in on Gweilo, on the other side of town here. But you can see that it was basically built by the owner. There's nothing fancy, but in the background you can also see the high-rises all the way around, and the new high-rises on the other side that are coming up. This way of life is disappearing, and it's disappearing really, really quickly. You see people that don't fit in anymore into the new Chinese society. The old ladies riding their bikes from the city villages to the wet market to sell the vegetables that they've grown. People that pick up trash. Ding, ding, ding. Anybody that's been to China knows what ding, ding, ding is. People that go along and they got this little dinger, and people bring out things that they want them to recycle. All of these things are disappearing in China, and it's sad because it's as a helicopter flies overhead. You know what I mean? So the new China is developing really, really quickly, and this is disappearing really, really quickly. When I create videos for the people that watch my channel, usually I create them in an area that is older, has a working population, not the richest people in China. And one of the reasons I do that, the main reason I do that is over the last 20 years, I've seen a lot of this stuff disappear. And I know in another 20 years, this stuff that behind me here won't be here anymore. So even when it's raining outside, Gweilo's out to the camera taking video of his world over here, my world over here. And I put it on YouTube, Bilibili, Sigua, Weibo, Twitter to Facebook to wherever, so that the people out there can see what the real China is. The old China, the new China. But I basically focus on the old China more than the new China. I think it has more character. I think, the history of it all is interesting to somebody like me. So if it's interesting to me, I think it would be interesting to you too. That's why I do it. And all the little nooks and crannies that you can get into in a place, in a city in China, there's nothing more Chinese than walking down an alleyway into an area that you've never seen before or been before. They've got little shops. This is where the people actually live. They play cards while they're supposed to be working, of course. It's just got that, that ambiance, that character that you just don't see in the Western world. And one thing you'll always notice in the Chinese world is the e-bikes. They're everywhere, and that's synonymous with traveling around a city like Nanning. Most people take either the subway or the e-bike. Very few people really drive their cars around the city. You wouldn't think it by looking at the roads, but I know. I used to have a car, and I very seldom drive it in the city. It was only for driving outside the city, because the roads are so congested. It's just there's just too many people. So when you're driving a vehicle, it's not fun like it is in the West. In the West, in the West it's more fun. As you watch the background, it's one of those things that when I cruise through these places like this, I get looked at by a lot of people because Gweilo walking along with the camera talking to himself is a little strange, but sort of tune that out. I've been able to do that. I know a lot of people that do YouTube videos, and they say that the distractions bother them. I don't get it, really, I don't. And we're out here, and it's not very far away, and you see the new China behind me. You know, I'm not really sure why I gravitate towards this area of town. It's you know, it's where Wei Fong and I have owned a home for about 17 years here in Nanning, and you know, it's a lower area, more working class. The rents are a lot cheaper, so then they can sell the foods and whatever for less cost. So that draws in more of the working class people, and it just perpetuates itself. It's one of those things. But you know, Wei Fong and I back in 2013 bought a $1 million RMB house here in China, and then I don't know, about 2 months later we sold it. We really didn't like it. We didn't like the people that were that lived there. It was like everybody was snotty. I guess. Well, you know, it's if you got a little bit of money, you think you're better than the rest, and you don't have that, I don't know, kind working class attitude. You know, people that work for a living and you know, really have to work for a living to make a living, have a different attitude, and I think you catch that in places like this more than you do in the more affluent areas of China. So that's another thing that I'm going to be missing when China turns into all high-rises and everybody's got more money and stuff. You're going to I'm going to miss the local regular people here in China. Anyway, that's another video from Gweilo 60, from the streets of Nanning City. Not the nicest streets of Nanning City, but from the streets of Nanning City. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button, don't forget to resubscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, and put a couple bucks on the Patreon account. It all helps. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out. Bye now.